Hello, this is Ronnie from Ronnie and Girls. I just kind of wanted to see about maybe putting up some helpful videos. I thought maybe it was kind of about time. Thank you to all of you that have came and visited and liked my page. I don't have a lot of battery life on my camera. This is done with my little tiny camera that I shoot all the pictures that I post. But I did want to start kind of as a test, but kind of as a first video of just basic fabric information. When I first started picking up fabric for rugs, I kind of went like a kid to a candy store. I saw all these different fabrics. It's amazing. You have some with mohairs, you know, very tactile, and they look like they would be very comfortable for your feet, but when you actually crochet the product, it doesn't have any staying power. The first one that I made, it had some really beautiful, like I said, like some mohair on it, and kind of some silky material, and once I crocheted it, was nice, like a real nice big size. It didn't lay, and one of my cats, the one that you kind of see in a lot of my pictures, kind of gathered it all together and slept on it for a long time. So I mean, it was just basically a rug that just was a good learning exercise on fabrics. A lot of the fabrics that I pick up, of course I use recycled sheets, which are really inexpensive, but it's a really nice blend of cotton, poly fabric, and I have one of the ones that I did, Desert Rose. I really didn't think that it was going to hold very well because it's made with cotton elastane and a silky material. The one here, I have a little bit of it left. It's very light, very silky. When I actually cut it, I ended up having a lot of just separate fray, because it has a lot of fray because it is a silky material. I don't normally use this light of material because if you're doing it with cotton, again, it's a little bit lighter, and it does fray a little bit more. This is the elastane that I used with it. I have some on here. It's very nice because when I got the big piece, the person that gave it to me, is a very large piece. I cut it, and then I rolled it, and the roll was huge. And you think, well, you know, it's going to make, I'm going to have a lot of fabric. Well, actually, because it is elastic, you have to give it a lot of, you have to use a lot of it, because you need to pull up on the hook so that it doesn't get too tight. Another reason why fabric doesn't lay and it tends to bunch up is because when you are using your hook, you are pointing it downward, and then you bring the fabric over and pull it through. When you actually bring the fabric around on your hook, you want to pull up so that it's even. So your stitches are even when you pull it through, or you're going to find that it's going to pull tight. And then stuff like this, even though it's a wonderful material, you see there's really no fray on it. It tends to still roll, like when you cut this material. It does have a tendency to roll anyway, but if you don't make your knots loose enough, then it will roll. Your carpet won't, well, not carpet, but your rug won't lay as nice as you'd like it. This here, now it depends on the process of when you're preparing your fabric. Again, I apologize for speeding and rushing through this, because again, my battery is depleted. But this is a very nice fabric. I mean, you see it's very little fray. It's kind of got a crispness. You can kind of tell by the fabric. If it's nice and crisp, it'll really look nice when you do your stitches. I mean, even single stitches, that crisp look will look very nice against like your other fabrics. So this is a very good fabric. This one here, it's got cotton, you can tell. It's got a little bit, it's almost, I don't know, and it's hard unless you know like the different fabrics on the different kinds, but this one here, I think it's got something other than cotton, because it's, you know, there's quite a bit of fray, and this is with cutting. Some rip a certain way on their fabric. I cut mine. You know, you're always going to get fray, and truthfully the fray kind of, you know, that's synonymous with rag rugs anyway. But this here, I mean, it'll work, but again, it's not, you know, it's kind of your solid color, which will, you know, solids are very good to pick up because you, especially if you do banding where you're doing a certain color that you're looking for, this is always good to pick up a good, nice, different range of solids. This here, this is kind of deceptive on this fabric. You can see it's got kind of a neat looking, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of got a neat little way that it was woven, where it's kind of got a little lines in it. You got to be careful with this kind of, when they make this fabric, because you've seen like those sheets where they kind of have those lines in it. That kind of has kind of like that silky material in it with the thread, and that ends up making quite a bit of fray too when you cut it. So I usually stay away from those kind of solid fabrics. This one here is a little thicker, and it actually worked pretty good. I mean, you know, again, it's a little thicker, but it's a nice deep color, so this one ended up being pretty good. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to go through, is kind of like your different types of fabrics that you can find and use. You know, my biggest thing, what I like to do is when I pick out the fabrics, is a lot of it is just different, to see how close you can get with matching your patterns and your solids, so that when you're doing banding and the overall look of the rug, it really, you know, it really comes together. So that's a big thing that I love about picking out fabrics. Of course, we just ended up getting a Joann's fabric in town, and they're very awesome. I have to give a shout out to Joann's because their percentage off and their sales on their fabric is very good. You can usually find a coupon and apply that, and you can get pick up some really nice, especially if you have like a specific commission. It's always good to have a good source where you can get exact yardage and stuff like that. When I post another one, I can get more on like if you're using sheets, like the yardage and stuff like that. I can get more like on measurements on ovals, because that was a big amazing thing that I found, because I was worried about that. People would say, oh, do you know how to make this size? And I just kind of would inwardly kind of choke, because, you know, I didn't know the formula. So I'll get more maybe into specifics that might help, that you might not find on Google. Some of this stuff I just kind of trial and error learned, and just kind of incorporated my own style and stuff like that. So you know, if you guys are curious, you know, keep on keep on watching. And also too, you know, feel free to just if you don't feel really comfortable posting it where everybody can see, just message me if there's a certain question or something that you'd particularly like to see. Then I can you know, charge up my battery this time and actually put it in and on the page. So again, thanks for watching, and hope you guys are having a good weekend. Okay, bye.